Good morning here on day 7 of my southbound Florida Trail through hike. Now you're probably looking and thinking, day 7, where did day 6 go? Because the last video was day 5. Well, I'm going to tell you where it went. After day 5, everything was good, had a nice dinner, waited out any rain, and about 1 o'clock in the morning, Fortune got sick. So those who know me know I have some ongoing digestive issues from some pretty severe illnesses back about 7 years ago or so. So I have some chronic digestive issues that give me flare-ups every once in a while. Well, one of those happened on day 6 in the middle of the night, and unfortunately, it was one of those things that the flare, you never know how long it's going to last. And this one lasted for quite some time. And I was not able to really go on yesterday. So I ended up taking a 0, which I did not want, but just resting the body up and taking care of a lot of business meetings. If you don't know what a business meeting is, you'll figure it out, or you can go back and watch other videos. But let's just say my business meetings are private. Anyway, yesterday ended up being a 0. I've taken more zeros so far in the first 7 days of this through hike than I did in the last 2 through hikes. Oh well, you'll have that. I'm not worried about it. I do kind of wish that my beach day would have coincided a little bit more with my flare up. So I could have taken them on the same day. But oh well, onward I go. It actually worked out well because this section of the Eglin Air Force Base, so here in Eglin, I'm supposed to look at a map every day to make sure that I'm not going to be walking into an area that has been closed for the day for any drills or anything that the Air Force Base might have. And looking at it, the section I'm in right now actually was closed. So it worked out because now it's all open again, and there's actually nothing closed until the end of the Air Force Base. So that's good. It looks like what they consider the west end of the eastern Eglin Air Force Base. So basically today and tomorrow, and I should be done with the base in this section. Be hitting 100 miles today. My average is really good, except for those 2 zeros, but those averages will take care of themselves in time. I'm not worried about it. The other big news for the day is the cold front that came through today. And the next couple days, it's supposed to be like 50s and 60s, low 60s, and like 30s at night, up to 40. That's some good hiking weather right there. Right now it's about 45 degrees. So I got both layers on, or 2 layers on. I have my sun hoodie and my t-shirt over top of it. Normally I would do that backwards, but I want the orange on the outside so people could see me during hunting season. The funny thing is, I didn't realize it because I never buy clothes or get clothes based on color at all. I just get the color. Well, I mean, I do, but the color that I like best of that particular thing, you know, or if it's the only one available. But I didn't notice until I put this on this morning. Oh my goodness, I have Miami Dolphins colors on. I'm a Tampa Bay Bucks fan through and through, not Miami Dolphins. Anyway, that's enough chatting to get this day started here on day 7. Day 6 is in the past. It's in the rear view mirror now. I'm feeling great. The flare up is over. And now it's time to just conquer today here on the Florida Trail. Gonna make some memories. Gonna have some epic views. An epic hike. An epic hike. I don't know what I'm trying to say there. It's gonna be a great hike today. Let's get it going. Beautiful clear water in this creek. Oh, right, there's a sign on that tree, Pearl Creek. Very beautiful. Probably won't see any snakes out here right now, or gators, just because it's like 45 degrees. They're all not liking this cold at all, and they're in a semi-hibernation state right now. Me, I love to hike in this stuff. This gets me moving. Yeah. Well, it's a nice creek, nice and wide, very clear. Beautiful. Something I've noticed since I've been out here, especially the last few days where there's been several water crossings, is you never hear the water until you get right up to it. It's not just because it's not moving, because some of them aren't moving a whole lot, but like that last one, it was moving pretty good. But it must be because there's no rocks for it to smack into, or, you know, the creek isn't running down a mountain or whatnot. I mean, there's little inclines, you know, the movement, you know, is moving down or at times because I mean, right now in this area, I'm walking up and down rolling hills. They're very small hills. I just had one back there that actually I was talking. Okay, I'm just going to admit this. It's embarrassing. But I was talking like I am right now, but I did not have it on video. I had it on picture. So I took a picture of myself and talked for about 4 minutes. And then I realized, oh, I never took a video. That was just a picture. So anyway, I was talking and talking as I was walking up this hill, and I actually lost my breath a little bit. In Florida, where there's no mountains, this mountain man must have been talking so much or so fast that I lost my breath walking up a hill probably 50 feet. Anyway, it's kind of cool that you can't hear the water. It's so much different than anywhere that I hike. You always hear the water as you're coming up close to it, and I never hear it here. I'm sure there will be places where I definitely hear it, like bigger rivers and, you know, deeper waters and so forth, but I thought that was a pretty cool thing. Right off the top of my head, the only thing I can think about is the descent or the elevation or the, you know, steepness of the actual body of water, or that it's hitting rocks or branches or something. Besides that, I can't really think of any other reason why I can't hear the water. It's been a beautiful morning. That is for sure. It's starting to warm up now, but it's not really going to get above 60 degrees today. But 60 degrees will definitely make me take one of these layers off when it's bright, sunshiny day. But the breezes, oh my goodness, nice and cool. Oh, this is awesome. Florida could get pretty extreme, down to, especially the panhandle, down to 20s and 30s at night in the winter sometimes. 50s during the day doesn't feel like 50s because it's so humid here, so it feels quite a bit cooler. But it's been a beautiful morning. Supposed to get real chilly tonight, close to freezing, and then about 50 something tomorrow. So this lasts for a few days, and then I'll be back up to the 70s and 80s. But I'll take it while I can get it. I'm ready for all types of weather, just like always. But it's a beautiful morning, beautiful sunshine, beautiful breeze, beautiful views. Have I mentioned it's beautiful? Seriously, why can't you hear that water? It's moving pretty good. I wonder if it has something to do with the sand bottom. It's moving and you can't hear anything, not a trickle or anything. Just the wind in the background. That's nuts. That's going to bother me all day. I'm going to have to figure this out. I'm sure somebody will know and leave it in the comments. I'm not thinking of something here. I'm 10 miles in, and I've already peed 5 times. This chilly wind must be tickling my bladder or something. But no business meetings. That crap's done. Pun intended. Well, this is pretty cool. I am up on a ridge right now. I don't know if you can see it, but I don't know, about 30, 40 feet from here. It does a little drop off. About 50 feet down. I'm at about 140 feet of elevation right now. I'm like touching the sky. Okay, that's not very much, but it is for Florida. And this area is quite hilly, but it's not big amounts of elevation, of course. Very gradual up and downs. But I think today I'm going to have like 1,000 or 1,100 feet of elevation, which again is not very much at all. Especially over the amount of miles that I'll be doing, but it's more than I've had on any other day. I think it's been pretty much like 300 or 400 every other day. I think I had one day of 600, and that was one of my 30-mile days. It just doesn't go up and down that much at all. Little 5 and 10 footers here and 5 or 10 footers down. Nice gradual, which is good to have that, because doing the same motion with your legs over and over is really tough. Especially for someone like me who loves to climb and loves to get full extension on those muscles. But a little tougher out here, but that helps a little bit when you do little climbs. They don't last long, maybe like 20 seconds, but it's kind of cool that I'm walking on a ridge in Florida right now. Pretty cool, I say. Got a hill going up that way. Down here it dips in to what looks like a swampy area, and then on the other end of the swampy area it goes up a hill again. It's pretty cool seeing this in Florida. Nice little campsite there with lots of room for several tents. Nice little body of water, pond over there. I don't know if I'd want to drink water out of it, but there's water there nonetheless in that swampy area. Nice section of trail here. Lots of pine needles, nice and cushiony. Definitely tell this is something that's normally swampy. It's very spongy through there, but not wet. And you got these for a boardwalk. Good job, Florida trail maintainers. All of these planks have shingles on top of them. That stops the slippery factor from happening. There's a little water. Nice. So if it was wet, you'd have plenty of traction with those shingles. That's pretty cool. I'm hungry, very hungry, and I've been waiting for a log or a rock that I could sit on. This is about the best I'm going to do. It's only a foot off the ground. I'd rather have a log up here or a rock, but that's not going to happen, and I'm way too hungry. Sitting at about 16 miles right now. It's time to get some food. So, and I need to switch my water where I can reach the water that has water in it instead of the ones that are empty. But yeah, that's what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to continue on that way for another 10 to 15 miles because I want to. I'm just going to walk and walk and walk and walk and walk. And you all get to come with me. Yay. See this trail here. I don't know how much you can see that. But sometimes the trail gets real clumpy, like it's been dug up or something. I don't know if the animals do that or what it is, but it never lasts long, just like a 20 or 30 foot section, just like miniature rolling hills on the feet. Not really sure what causes that. It's like, oh, that trail is rough. Oh, it's over. Took off the base layer, or the hoodie, I should say, not the base layer, the sun hoodie. And, well, it was my base layer today. Took that off and just down to the t-shirt now. And it's almost too chilly for that when the wind kicks up. Besides that, it's like perfect. I mean, like perfect. Got about 6 or 7 miles to a river, and then there's a campsite right next to that. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to stay at that campsite or go to the next one. It's going to depend on the timing when I get to the first one, to be honest. The first one would be, I'd be at like 23 miles for the day. And the second one would be close to 30 for the day. But it's all going to depend on like the temperatures. Temperature is not going to really matter. It's going to be kind of warm right then. But by the time I got to the next campsite, the temperatures would be pretty cold and it might be dark. Not that I mind walking in the dark. If you know anything about my through hikes, you know I don't, like, look at this. There's one of those areas right there. It's just real clumpy and then it just ends. I'm not sure what that is, what causes that. I'm not complaining. The trail is pretty darn cruisy most of the time, just nice and soft on the feet, some roots, some rocks, but mainly just cruisiness with pine needles. But anyway, I digress. I do not know if I want to go to the second one and set up camp and then eat in the dark when it's going to get pretty cold tonight. And I'll be at a pretty good mileage on that first one. 23 miles is great, as long as I'm averaging 20 a day, which I'm going to be averaging well more than that, because most days, you know, I'm pushing marathon days or 30. And if I get to that first one, I might have too much time just to sit there. I don't really want to do that either, so I'll determine that when I get there, on whether I'm going to stay or move on. And if I stay, I'm just going to suck it up and have a couple hours in the daylight before it gets dark. But not really looking at getting into camp at dark tonight. I don't mind doing the dark thing in the mornings, starting off in the dark, but I'm not big on it at night. I feel like I'm rushing at camp, and I just want to relax when I'm at camp, not feel like I'm rushing. Obviously, if I have to, I have to, but I wouldn't have to in this situation. It's either one works. So actually, it's a lot more clumpy for a little longer now. It's like I'm walking on the sand on the beach, but there's no golf, as you can see, or any sort of water at all. Anyway, that's in about 6 miles now, so we'll see what happens there. I'm hoping that there's some wildlife in that particular water source. I've had a lot of water sources today, but I'm seeing some descriptions on that water source that otters like to hang out there, so we'll see. I wouldn't mind seeing me some river otters here in Florida, in the Panhandle. Who knows? Standing on the summit. I'm kidding. There's no summits here on the Florida Trail. But I have reached a milestone here on my southbound Florida Trail through hike. Just past the 100-mile marker. There's no marker here, because as far as I know, I'm the first one out here. But anyway, 100 miles on my Florida Trail southbound through hike is in the bag. The day is done. I am at camp. Nice big area here. I believe it's called Red Deer campsite. Have a little kiosk and some benches up there. I'll go up there to eat my dinner, which tonight is going to be beef stew in the first cool weather of the through hike. It's pretty cool now. I've already put the base layer back on. There's my tent. I've seen some comments that some hogs were sleeping out here at one point. I didn't see what the dates were on that, if it was this year or some other year. But off this direction, I heard a bunch of coyotes really close. And then I heard them there. And then I heard them there. And then I heard them there. I went looking for them to see if I could find them, because they kept getting closer as they like wrapped around. But I mean, coyotes will do everything to stay away from you, so I don't think I'm going to see them, but it was pretty cool. They were like, how do you like my impression of the coyotes? But 22.5 miles today. Good day. Still quite a bit of light left, so I took my time setting the tent up. And gonna go eat some beef stew and some other food, and get turned into bed here probably by 5 o'clock, or at least inside my tent by dark. It gets to be dark around 4:45, 4:50. So I have plenty of time, still like an hour to eat my food and just kind of unwind before hitting the sack. It's a good day. It's going to be cold tonight, chilly in the morning, but looking for another 25-ish mile day or 30-mile day tomorrow. Got a little bit later start this morning than I wanted, but that was leaving the hotel and then the road walk and everything. But tomorrow will be bright and early, so that'll get me another 5 miles by this time easily, just that itself. I keep looking to see if I see those coyotes anywhere. But anyway, it's been a great day. I love having you along. Everybody have a good night, and remember, live life.